Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wingcat Sports, and it's our weekly Red Wing breakdown. Overall, last week, kind of what you expected out of them, but at the same time, right, we're barely floating where we're at. Continuing the kind of struggle that they've been on. They beat the Islanders 2-1 last second. Was an iffy game. He thought it was a great game. I thought it was boring. They fell over themselves all the time. And then they had a 2-1 loss to the Bruins, who recently fired their coach. And then obviously we'll talk about the Monday game too. They lost to the Sharks 5-4 in OT. So realistically, you got 3 points out of the possible 6 for the week. Sitting at 18, still sitting near the bottom of the division, and kind of still struggling.
I just meant, I mean, compared to what I've seen so far this year, I thought the last two games were entertaining. I thought they skated hard. They weren't boring to watch, as they have been. Um, I think in that way, I guess it's a plus. I mean, they lost to the Bruins, but they played with the Bruins, and I just think, like I said, it's I how they're going to fix their 5-on-5. Patrick Kane went out injured. He's not playing tonight. So that leads me to think, how has he been fighting something? Is something's not right. He's not the same Patrick Kane he was last year. Maybe his age, maybe he's just finally reached his limit. I don't know. But uh he's not giving us the Patrick Kane we had on the team last year.
No.
And that's hurting us because we need that
Patrick. Cam Talbot has been fighting for his life. He has been one of the best goalies in the league this year. He is the highest among save percentage. He is doing all he can to save this team, and we continue to struggle. But you also, you're dealing with other Simon Evanson still day to day, Michael Rasmussen day to day, Patrick Lyon. Alex Lyon is out still injured. Well, he should be back tonight, but he's coming back from injury. So you're kind of struggling overall with some injuries in some
Talbot
spots.
Can't do everything.
He can't.
He's too old.
He's
not going to last the whole season if they try to put him in too much. It's that they got to pace him.
He has
got to give him breaks.
921 save percentage, 2.62 goals allowed. He can only do so much with what you have given him, and it's a struggle for him.
Yeah, I didn't think much of it when they signed him, but he's really played well. And this team needs to come out every game, and if Patrick Kane don't have it, then you know what? Let him go. I don't know. Yeah, I'm only going to put up with this maybe for another month, and if I don't see something of the Patrick Kane I had last year, there's no point in having him out there. Get some guys with some energy out there. Get some guys, bring them up.
You're facing
not going anywhere. And the same with Tarasenko. What they signed him for? 2 years.
2 years.
But he isn't performing the way we want him to perform. We need some energy. We need some. In the last two games, they've shown it a little bit more, and at least to the point where I enjoyed watching hockey. So I mean, if they can keep that up, but Kane is the one I'm worried mostly about because I just, and we knew it.
It's your offense.
Up there in age, he's got that hip. We don't know exactly what's going on behind the scenes, but he just does not look like the same player.
It is the offense that's been killing you this year. I won't even say it's the defense because they just haven't been scoring enough. You're only averaging 2.45 goals a game, so either 2 to 3 goals a game, while your opponents are averaging that 3-goal marker. So you're only winning if you get over 3 goals. You still have an average of shots against 31.9, which is pretty average for a team. You get about 30 shots on against, but you're only getting 24 on a net a game. You are near the bottom of the league in offense right now, which was not the case last year, which is confusing because you have relatively the same team. You can even argue you improved on your offensive standpoint in the offseason, and it's just not showing.
Right. No, I know. And you got some guys down in the farm that can help. I think next year, like I said, Belika might as well come up. We got to just find a way to get rid of these old people who aren't playing up to their abilities, or at least giving it everything they got. That's what it seemed to me the first, if I could say that. And they're almost 500, so it's not like they're awful.
No,
I mean they're not. It's not like they're out of the playoff picture and so early, or even close. They're right there in the wild card hunt. So, and a lot of season left. It doesn't matter. All they need is, like I said, a push in the right
Yeah.
direction.
And I mean, you're about to be on a homestead after you face the Islanders. So you're going to face the Islanders
Right.
technically tonight when I make this video. So we'll see what happens. Because
Yeah,
it's
they
going to
play
come
like
out a day. It's going to be a day late.
13 of their
Um,
next 20 at home.
and then you're going to have a homestand. Now you are facing one of the better teams in the West with the Calgary Flames 12-6-3. But you're playing them at home. I'm not going to count that as a win though because Calgary's been playing
Yeah,
good.
Calgary's been
And
playing
then you're
really well.
playing a good Devils team 14-7-2. Again, you are not also having the most favorable schedule right now because back to back you're playing all these really good teams.
Is there such a
And
thing as a favorable schedule
and,
anymore with this team? Because nearly
and
everybody they play is better than them.
it's
So it's not. It doesn't matter. You
it,
just got to play. You just got to go out and start winning some
and
games.
then on Sunday they're going to go play the Vancouver Canucks. So there you go. There's your lineup for this week. 4 games. 3 of the 4 are really good teams, and the Islanders are as good as you. They're 8-5. They did what they did last year, losing a lot in overtime, but getting the points they need to get to a playoff push. And that is where the Wings are struggling. They're 8-10-2. Going into this week, they could beat the Islanders tonight. They have the opportunity to do that. If you can beat the Islanders and get yourself a little bit of momentum going into your homestand, and you can at least win 2 of your home games, you're going to be good going into the month of December. Because the month of December, you kind of have your chance to catch up in the division. You're still facing some good teams, though. You got to play the Bruins, the Senators, the Avalanche, Sabres, Flyers, Maple Leafs a couple times in December, Canadians a couple times, the Blues, the Capitals, and the Penguins. Most of these teams are around 500 to a winning record.
Right.
So you're going to continue probably to struggle because you're facing good teams and somehow they figured out your offense that you had last year where everybody was scoring.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's that or it's just it's. I think it looks more like the
Or
Wings and the
coaching.
effort they put forward.
I
I
know
just
last year I didn't blame Lalonde a lot. I was saying he's made improvements, but this year I'm putting it on coaching. Coaching probably has something to do with it. Because
it
again,
could.
I know people like to get on Eiserman that we should be somewhere right now. But when you look at your team's depth and where everything is at, you have 2 great goalie prospects. You have a ton of great prospects sitting in your minors, waiting to come up throughout their development. He has done what he has needed to do. It is not his fault that the players are not playing to the way they need to be.
Right, but you can't just get rid of players all the time.
You can't just get rid of players.
You got to get rid of the coach.
So you got to get rid of the coach, right? Who, if there's rumors that he wanted Stamkos, and he had a deal in set, and then apparently Chris Illich told him no, or really didn't tell him anything. Which obviously, in my opinion, is a saving grace because I would not give Steven Stamkos $8 million for the next 2-3 years.
That probably worked out well.
So that probably worked out well for anyone who's mad about that. And the Trouba trade that fell apart because of other reasons, not on Eiserman. So I am not blaming anything right now on Eiserman.
This might be Chris Illich's fault.
I'm blaming more the coach. I think it's coaching problems.
Okay.
I think they're not as behind Lalonde as
I just want to see some effort. I don't expect this is not a Stanley Cup team. I mean, this is not even a team that can win a playoff series yet.
Realistically, I just don't know who they would hire into that could put a fire underneath the players. That's the only problem. Who would you hire in to replace it? Nobody. Apparently, Gerard
Jim Montgomery was out there.
Well, apparently he's with the Blues now.
Right.
Wasn't out there for long. Was out there for a day.
Well, that's how fast you got to move.
But at the same time, there's rumors you want to hire Sergei Fedorov, but do you really want to do that?
People just want to name. It's just silly. It's just like, I know who that is. Let's put him in there. I don't know if he's a good coach or not. He
coached well in the KHL, but that's all you got to go off of.
Ain't the KHL.
That's it.
I don't know.
It might do something, but at the same time, it might not. I don't know how anything will go with who you hire next. But
you need somebody with a little more fire.
Your next coach,
need somebody to light this team up, and this team does not play hard all the time. It needs to play hard all the time. It has no physical presence. You look at the first 2 lines on this thing.
With how Lalonde is, he's probably not. He's not staying next year. There's a
Right.
chance he doesn't
Okay.
get fired because his contract is up.
So
There's a
we'll just
chance.
play out this
So,
year and just see what happens. And
but he's probably not back next year with
year
how this is
9
going.
of the Iser plan or
Year
something,
nine.
whatever it is.
We're going to keep pushing.
I know. Unbelievable.
Keep pushing.
All right.
But it is what it is. We'll see how this week goes. I'm hoping for 2 wins. How many are you hoping for on these
I'm
next
just hoping they play hard. And
play
just
what
make it
So
exciting.
he's fine with 0-4 this week, is what he's saying. As long as they
Well,
play
I
well.
don't think they're going to be very good. I mean, I can't. They're playing all teams that are much better than they are. I can't really expect them to win much. I just want to see some effort, see what goes
Well,
from there.
let's go there. But
Okay, 1-3. That's what I'm going to say.
You want 1-3.
I don't think they're going to win much this week tonight.
But we'll see what happens, I guess. With all that being said, though, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the Wings. And until next time, we'll see everybody soon.